Oh. Turn that back to main page. So, yeah, it's been a while since we played last, so I don't think it's entirely fair that I have you outline what happened last session. So, from my perspective, and as short as I can put it, you guys finally made your way to Stilburn. A few things happened there, and once that altercation had passed, you decided to swiftly chase Makalef through the swamp in hopes to find the entrance to this forgotten dungeons and stop him from waking the Cerberus. You did lose track of him, however you had some obstacles to overcome along the way. One of the most difficult, it would have appeared to been a series of stepping pillars across a river of acid. But with some swift thinking from Jirak and some...
It wasn't swift. It took me like 5 jumps to realise, oh wait, I can walk on water. Not swift.
Some successful, few successful jumps from half the crew and some very unsuccessfuls from the other. You did eventually make it to the other side and then proceed to the next location, which led you eventually to a cave that you descended into, realizing that there had been an altercation here with a few elven-looking individuals wearing gold and white tunics, or tabards, shall I say, and wearing what seemed to be a holy symbol of sorts, to an opening of the dungeon known as Palaram. On the floor were white marble floors with gold leaf paint and a star symbol of the Dawnfather on the floor. Here awaits 5 doors, and the repeating alerting sound echoing through tubing that lead up into the walls. Seems to be some form of communication or alarm. The repeating alert is verbal, and you can hear it's very subtle but muffled, and you can hear danger, danger, breach in cell block C, danger. All guards and wardens report to security room, danger.
Well,
there doesn't seem to be any response or any kind of movement that you can hear. No shuffling from other rooms or blocks. Any doorways don't seem to be audible of any other sounds or movement. Other than this entrance room and perhaps 2 of the doorways, this dungeon looks like ruin. It's been forgotten. Whatever maintenance there was has been left to just deteriorate. It's very dusty in elements and corners of the area. Whatever grand dungeon this used to be, it has long since passed. But you guys are led into this room with the 5 doors, And I'll just move you into it, and hopefully I haven't been stupid enough and you can see my DM layer, which I hope you can't. But you should now see this location here. And apart from doorway to your first, as you come in through the main door, your first left-hand door seems to be a bit more cleaner, i.e. less dust around it, and there is a glowing light emanating from the door second from that, so second from the left, which would be this door here. And let me just 5, where's 5 go? Different tab. Dungeons 5. Yep, that's pretty much most of. Oh, fuck it! I've just come out of Roll20. Let me relaunch. That means everything's just closed like a drongo.
Nice one.
So door number 1 and door number 2. Door number 1 seems to be the cleanest in terms of like aesthetically around the edge. There's no dusting. It's clean. The paint is well kept. The other doorways kind of some broken stone, some chipping. The paint is dulled or is completely chipped away or faded away.
And so, apart from this glowy door and the one without dust, the other 3 are identical. Well, not identical, but like
as far as your perspective is, yeah. I mean, they're the same shape and size. They each lead, you imagine, to a location within the dungeon.
Okay. And are they doorways, or like is there a door? Like
no, they are completely open.
Okay.
So and there's no doors on the hinges. So like they are literally like archways, but they are doorways.
Okay.
Is there any significance to that star on the floor, or like it looks like a?
Goplana, I believe, was successful in a religion check. I would imagine she would have relayed the information is that this is the star of the Dawn Father, which is one of the deities of Faerun. We're not in Faerun. Tal'Dorei.
Thank you.
We've all got those pendants, haven't we? Hello, by the way.
Hello. Yes,
You
each picked up one of the holy symbol pendants. Yes.
Cool.
Which, if I remember rightly, was the symbol of the Everlight.
If we go through one of these doors, do we think it's going to close behind us?
There's no door in the doorway, but that's not to say there couldn't be something that like comes out from the floor and cages us in. Is the source of the light from this doorway visible?
Yes. Yeah, and as you stay in this zone, you can hear, the alerting again. The response this time is, security lockdown. Countdown will proceed. 10, 9, and it kind of relays. It seems that there's a security lockdown in procedure.
Okay. And is that light, that's like an alarm going off?
The light that's emanating through the door is a pale white light. As you approach the doorway, there with the light emanating, you can see like a tunnel, not like a tunnel, like a hallway. At the end of the hallway, you can see at this distance nothing but bright light at the very end but as the counting proceeds, it's much clearer.
I don't like that. I'm going to step away so I'm not in the firing line, proverbially.
As you step away, your the chain that you have that you picked up from the guards is almost like magnetized to the area. It doesn't like tug at you, but it kind of leaves your chest as you step back. It kind of leaves your chest and kind of is pulled ever gently in that direction.
Okay, I'll make a note of that.
Going towards the light is supposed to be a good thing, right? Light is good. We should go.
I'm going to check if any of the other doorways have a similar effect on the necklace, or if it is just that one doorway.
As you take your time to test your theory, it doesn't seem to do anything anywhere else. Okay. It does most definitely seem to be pulling at that door. But as you pass each of the other doors, you will see that the first door it leads into like a more formal looking room, like almost like a staffing area or like a living area of sorts. The doorway next to the light, the one that's in the middle center, seems to lead into a very dark or a very dark room that kind of seems to descend down a series of stairs in the distance away. The one next to the center on the right. Let me move my tab because I need to remember where that leads. That one you see again, a very dull lit area. It just kind of seems to go into a hallway of sorts, very long, like a hallway, and you can just make out from your perspective that there are like gaps which may appear, or you may consider that there is a different direction leading down that hallway, either off to the left, off to the right on door number 4, and as you go to door number 5, which is the last door right next to the entrance, or the first on the right from the entrance, there is a very, very similar hallway that continues down.
Right, well, none of those appear to be directly obvious. I mean, I'm going to guess the light one, to be honest. I reckon all these mateys who are dead in the middle of the room, or outside this room, I can't quite remember.
Yeah, there's dead bodies outside.
I reckon they lived in here, and they worked in here, and everything else they didn't bother going into because it was boring and empty, is my guess. It was their job to stop people getting into this area, and Mackleth has gone down this way because that's why it's glowing. An assumption, of course.
I mean, would I be able to tell if it's a magical light or just a regular light?
You can run an Arcana, I guess. By this point, the countdown is reaching the final stages, and you can hear the 2, 1, and you can kind of hear rumblings in from each doorway, other than strangely 1 and 2. That there is like a very mild vibration, and you can hear lockdown now in session. Please reach the security room to override.
Well, if we want to go down that way, we're going to have to go somewhere else.
So yeah, 1 and 2 are still fine. From a 9, you can't really tell if the light is magical or not, but it's bright enough that you would assume that it's not a light from a normal natural source. It's much brighter than, say, a lantern light or a fire.
It's like one of the floodlights you get on top of a Land Rover or
Yeah,
something.
and it's white. It's pure white light.
Really don't like that. I'm going to have a look in the living area.
Okay.
Yeah, Lana will follow.
If it looks the most like inhabited, so I'm guessing there's not going to be any traps.
So let me. Oh, am I revealing or am I painting? I'm painting. I don't want to paint.
Fuck! I just remembered how bad the fight we just had was. I've got one spell left. Shit. And no hit dice. Okay. Come on.
Okay, so it leads you into, where are you, Durak? Into this room. Some of the furniture is very, very dated. Excuse that there is no images on the map, but there are like very kind of worn in singular chairs. They don't even look that comfy. There's a series of bedding and such. I would need you to room 1, blah 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 blah. Okay. Yes, I need you to make me a perception check if you can, please.
Okay. I think. Do I? No, I don't have. I have expertise. Ooh, baby, 28 and 26, motherfucker. If it's invisible, we can see it.
So yeah, let's have a look. So this is definitely a room that seemed to have been living in from guards or sorts or something along them lines. You actually do see that there is in this living space there is a bookshelf with a series of ruined books and such. If you want to have a look at that, I would need an investigation check. But the other thing you do notice is that there is a lot of mild webbing, but it seems to say it looks like it's been kept at bay, but it's been maintained manually. So you would assume that maybe the guards keep this area clear or clean from webbing, but there is like you can see like very subtle singed edging of like the webbing where they've obviously kept it at bay. The bookshelf does contain a lot of ruined books from time it's either been decayed or the pages of dulled in the ink severely, that a lot of it is unreadable, and there is a lot of it that's encased in webbing. But you do see that there is one that you can just make out on it, and it says it is a catalogue, and it says catalogue of residence at Palaram.
That is helpful.
And it says guard patrol record 16 PD, Quen Pala Day 10.
16 PD was a very long time ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Durak has no interest in reading. He'll give it to someone else. Better standing watch. There's clearly spiders about. And I'm going to stand at this, like, at the top of the stairs, survey the area, and sort of just, like, sentry. Like,
Yep.
stand there, make sure nothing comes closer.
You do see also with your perception that at the rear of the room, about here, there's like a very small doorway that seems to lead down stairs as well. But this one does have a like a not say a door, but like a barrier to it. It's not magical or anything, but you can tell that if someone wanted to close this area off, they could.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
Is anyone taking a look at the book, or what's going on?
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you go through the pages, it is a Guards Patrol record guide of residents at Palaram. So there are 10 guardsmen, and this is written by Aval and Solomon. It says high-risk residents still secure and in containment. Kalia, daughter of the Dark Mother. Handle with care. She creeps me out. Good thing fire keeps her back long enough to do our rounds. Number 2. Sarah Azarizad, even, encased in his perimeter, is secure. No entries visible. Number 3. Gygax the Hungry. Rotary shield secure and turning. I swear I stood in some sticky stuff, though. Striger. Still and rear facing. That guy is scary. No contact recorded. Number 4. A Rogue Athos. Recently recaptured after escaping. The holding arm orb still secure. She makes a good conversation, even if it is to get you to get her to escape. Very persuasive. Very deadly. Number 5. The 3 Liches of Neverfields. Mork, Lork, and Dave. Tombs secure. Enough said. These guys should be left in peace. Says. Fuckers. Finally, Mac's holding cell still empty, as requested. No idea why that place is even needed. Or even why we need to check it. All those empty books are worthless contraband tales. Security AI fully functional. And that ends the report.
Sorry, the max holding cell is good. There's a lot of books in there.
There are a lot of worthless contraband, yes. But yes, a lot of books. A lot of empty books and worthless contraband tales. So the books that are there are not really, if you like, informative, more than tales that were probably frowned upon at the time. Remembering that this report was, of course, written way back in 16 PD.
Oh, that'll be crumbled. That's annoying.
Some books hold for a very long time. It's just that the ones that you've looked at on this particular shelf are clearly on decay, perhaps due to spiders.
I can imagine books in there that would be contraband, as stuff like, women are humans too, and shit like that. Like,
oh yeah,
probably not really that contraband.
Yeah, it is going to be lots of the whole sort of female rights kind of thing. And
like it's okay to be gay pamphlets and stuff like that.
Yeah. Who said you can't fuck a deer? Just
okay. No, that's still contraband. Still contraband.
So, what do you guys do?
Oh, Lana will relay this information.
Sure.
And also say that she wants to go find the books.
Okay.
After, obviously, the more impending doom is over.
Mm-hmm.
That person,
it is also,
like
after reading, it is apparent that this was the guards' living quarters, as well as the location, although it's not very clear, to where they perhaps catalogued items of interest or items that belong to the residents, if you like.
Really? Do I know where that could be?
It's not obvious, but it kind of just outlines very vaguely that in their report that they've taken, of course, items of interest.
I was going to say, would there be like a list of confiscated incredibly deadly weapons and shit like that?
There may have been, but out of the books that are on this bookshelf, this is the only one that seems legible.
We'll just have to find it manually. Shame.
Can I look around, see if I can find anything of worth?
Yeah, I mean that everything here seems to be quite dated. You find a hooded lamp, but the gas is dried up and is more like a powdered residue than oil itself. And of course, as I say, at the rear of the room, you see that there is like a barriered door that seems to lead down a series of dark stairs.
While Lana is looking through all that, I'm going to. I think I have a tinderbox. I want to like not light the things on fire, but kind of just like put fire by the webbing that's nearby, because you said it was like kept at bay to an extent.
Yeah.
Like kind of make a perimeter like in this area. Any
Sure.
webbing that's there and closer to me, like
Sure.
burn it away.
Go ahead.
Just to...
While you do that, do me another perception check with advantage.
Should move kicker over to me as well. Should be.
As you do this, you kind of see other parts of the webbing move, but you don't see anything that may have caused it to move. But it's almost like like a harp string or like a guitar string kind of plucked a little bit.
Yeah, just.
But it's in the area nowhere near where you've burned.
Don't trust that. I take a step back from the webbing, so as to not be in the range of it, and maintain a high alert.
Good to know.
Should we get everyone and go down those stairs?
Up to everyone else.
Lon's going to go back to the main room and go, so we found some stairs down. We don't know where it goes. Who's up for it? And just grin.
Whoever, let's
her
go.
brush me to death has made her borderline suicidal. Excellent. Excellent. That's the kind of people we need on this team. Suicide Squad. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so you're going down the barrier door, yeah?
Yep.
I'm gonna try and. Do we have anything that we could use to like prop the barrier open just in case it like closes behind us? And
I mean, there's furniture you could probably use, but I mean, most of it's wooden. Probably has been here for an extremely long time.
Okay.
It may hold it, but it may also
a quarterstaff, and that's about it. I've got an old chain shirt as well, so like anything we could use to just barricade the door to stop it from.
Use whatever you want. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, move some furniture. Maybe that old bookcase that was like next to falling apart.
Yeah.
Just so if it does close, there's something.
Yeah, sure thing.
At least somewhat stopping it.
The other thing you do notice is the ceiling here is quite high. For the size of the room, you'd not really expect it to be as high as it is. But yeah,
so is this whole area like these both two rooms? They're the living quarters and
yeah, it would seem that these two areas here would appear to be a functioning living quarters for perhaps the guardsmen or the wardens that worked here at the time. Okay, so you going down these stairs, yeah? Who's leading the journey down these stairs, may I ask?
I have a
Off you
feeling.
go, Lana.
Yeah,
Off you go.
the druid on 31 hit points with like a 13 AC. Yeah, that's a great idea.
That was her
Okay,
idea.
yeah. Lana will go down, but she's going to use her longbow and like tap every stair that goes down just in case.
Smart.
Every step, was that?
Yeah,
Okay.
every single bit that she could step on, she's going to tap just in case.
That's like Tomb of Horrors level paranoia.
Okay. So you go down, you tap in the steps. Go ahead and roll me a. Let's see. Dexterity check, I guess.
Oh, don't fuck me. Oh, shit.
So you go down, you're touching, and nothing seems to go off, and you don't seem to hit like a pressure plate or anything like that. You get to the bottom of the stairs, and you tap the stairs before you reach the bottom. You tap, nothing seems to happen. You place your foot down, and you hear a click.
Shit.
Go
Jump
ahead and make
back.
me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh. Why have we not got a rogue?
You do.
We do, but he ran away.
He's about 8
Oh
foot
no, we've got the
tall.
Minotaur. Yeah. Tap on the floor with your horns.
Hello.
Oh, can you not get your? Oh, Christ! That is. Yeah,
Um,
it's using your character portrait, not your character token. That's.
Huh?
In the bottom left in the main chamber,
Oh, what's it?
Thorfinn's. Yeah.
Oh, that's because you pulled the 3 lines across rather than the your name. If you pull your name of your character sheet across, it should pull the actual. That's it.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, I was going to say Thorfinn's not
How do I get rid of this
that
one?
big.
Do I pull it back in?
No, you
Oh.
can just delete it. Click on it and delete. That's it.
Okay. I want to just be here. So-
Now you're going to have to let me know if you can see the spikes at the bottom of the map, at the bottom of the stairs here, because.
Yep, I can see the spikes. Good.
And the mimics, all 6 of them.
Great.
Nah, they're not mimics.
are
They're
they?
treasure.
Yeah. Should we just give them a hug? That's the best idea.
Okay. Is everyone descending these stairs, or is anyone staying in the room behind?
Well, these
Go
stairs.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell everyone there is a 100% chance that these stairs over here turn into a slide. So
Thanks, Jurat.
so
Thanks.
yeah, as Lana reaches the bottom, clearly sets off a much more stable pressure plate than a pokey stick. Luckily, evades being stabbed through the foot from spears that reach from the ground. She can now see that there is a room that seems to be a series of chests. This, you would assume, is the items of interest.
I have a suggestion. Why don't I shoot each one of them, and then we know whether one's a mimic or not?
once or twice, to be sure.
Yeah.
Please place your tokens where you are, guys, because I need to know whereabouts you are.
All right, whereabouts on the map is Western? I'm going home.
I don't know. I'll be there.
You're not
How
in
do I get
I haven't
Kansas
been down the
anymore.
stairs yet.
How do I get my token up?
Just drag your name of your character sheet onto
From where?
the map from the journal. So where you find your character sheet on the journal tab, just pull the name part into the map, and it should drag your isometric in. That's it.
Yeah, boy.
Coolio. So yeah, as the sheathing of these large blades come from the floor, you begin to hear the and you can see that this room, even though you've descended down a series of stairs, is twice as high as the ceilings as the room behind you, and you can see a very large almost humanoid figure at the top of this kind of almost like a cliff edge at the top of this room, peering down. Is there anything?
Has it got loads of legs?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Oh.
Based on the noises, are we getting attacked by a predator?
It's Predator watching
If this
Pornhub.
is fucking what I think it is, I'm gonna cry.
Jirak shouts, "Get to the chopper!" And then runs. Here's a fun fact. I once played a character called Arnold Schwarzenegger for a one-shot. He was a Minotaur Bloodhunter Barbarian. And I flavoured his Bloodhunter abilities as, like, doing steroids. It was a great little time. Say that. It was good fun.
Oh, dear. So, Summer, this creature most certainly does have many legs.
Like spider legs and a spider body.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
And it creeps over the edge and begins to descend towards you.
I hate these things. Evil little fuckers.
I need to remember what she does.
The fact you've called it a she doesn't give me much hope.
That means it has babies. Just to
Yeah.
be clear. Also, Goblana, have you not healed since last combat?
I did! Last combat was me trying and failing to get over those spiky
Can I just
things of death.
get confirmation? What have you guys done with the necklaces that you took from the guards?
One's on me.
Wearing them.
You're
I'm
all-
wearing mine,
Yeah.
but not
you're
making it
all
obvious.
wearing them.
Yeah, mine's under my clothes. I don't like to, like, we all know Jarek's opinions on God, so he's like, oh, fine. Puts it on
As
begrudgingly.
this figure comes down, it kind of looks leeringly, her neck, like reaching forward towards you, really investigating and looking at you, and says,
Yes.
new recruits, I see.
What?
It's been some time since I've had guests.
I don't like Spider Lady.
I'm guessing you're wanting me to look after more items of interest. I'd rather devour your hearts. But
Thank you.
I'm a good little girl. I know the punishment that becomes me. Although, I'm concerned. You each are wearing the necklace, but you don't come bringing fire.
This is the daughter of the Dark Mother. I can't remember her name.
Lana's going to bring, like, snap into existence. What is it called? The flame hand thing. What is it? Oh my god.
Oh, the scimitar. The fire scimitar thing.
Ow.
No, I'm not wasting that. I need spell slots for
Oh.
Maccabees. Produce flame.
Oh, a cantrip. Okay, that'll scare her off.
Okay. As you produce the flame, she kind of goes.
Oh, Lana, can you hit me with that really quickly? Like, hit me with produce flame.
Hit you? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
22 hit you.
Yep. Okay, cool. I cast absorb elements and store fire in my weapon, so I can hit her with fire next time I hit.
Okay.
My spear becomes covered in flame.
Fine. Is there anything you'd like to interact with or say back or anything like that? You all seem very hesitant. First time on the job.
Yeah, we're quite new here.
New. That's hard to believe. It's been eons since new guards have been here.
Exactly. We were a bit overdue, but you know, we got here eventually, and that's all that matters, right?
The paperwork was just ridiculous. I mean,
It took
they
way
had us
too
go
long
through
to
this
get
like trial period of like where we would pretend to be prison. No, let's not get into it.
Yeah, it's the
So
second
come now.
generations.
Tell me,
Yeah.
what items am I to look after now?
Tell you what, can we withdraw anything?
No. Wait.
Wait.
What?
Can we give
Where's the bag of holding? Where's
1
the bag of holding?
second? We're just
Wait,
coming forward.
wait. Huddle.
And you kind of see her confusion and frustration. Like, she's like, what? I'm being told to wait? What?
Okay, guys, we have a cursed wooden mask
Isn't that
and
mask of
a
incense?
replica of the most evil sword any of us have ever encountered.
Oh, we could pair that with a stone tablet. Let's do that. And the tattooed hand. We've been meaning to get rid of that for a
Yeah,
while.
wait. What stone tablet? Oh, the
The
sand tablet with a symbol for crawling
Sword.
king. Gotcha. Yeah, we're just gonna like throw all the shit we don't like out the bag. Oh no, get the small child's doll and be like, we don't even know what this shit does. Get rid of that.
Wait.
And this hand is moving. Yeah, we've been tasked to give this and store it far, far away.
The hand of a being who can never be killed. Even his extremities live on their own vitality. And if I throw out the like writhing
Go
little hand.
ahead and both roll me a deception check.
Oh, can't wait to use
And as you
-1.
have something that is moving, the person that's holding the hand can have advantage.
Oh, you take
You
advantage.
probably don't
Jack.
need it on the 19.
Give it with a 4. Hell yeah.
Just bring up my story monsters. Remember what she is. Okay. She kind of looks at you, Jirak, and is like, kind of almost laughs under her, like a whispered laugh, and looks at Goplana and is like, is that so? There was
Yes.
one thing I'd like to ask before you deposit these. I heard an alert. Is there something I should know?
Yes, there really is. So there was this red being. He's a tiefling. He's a bit of bad news. He's gone to like the maximum security thing. The vault, the maximum security vault. We kind of need to get to him, but we're so new that we don't quite know the way.
Surely
we
the other guards are able to assist. I mean, there are many of them, although I haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
are you telling me that Palaram is at risk? And she goes, and makes a horrible like cry, gargle, and you can see like almost semi-translucent beings or like creatures begin to fall from the webs in the corners of the room.
Fuck.
Oh,
that's not good.
That's not good.
Anything with more than 4 legs is inherently evil. Prove me wrong.
And she's like, this is news.
Yes.
Perhaps my children can relieve you of the burden of being alone or at risk, if there is such.
Oh, we're not at risk. No risk.
And define relief the burden.
We are good. We are absolutely fine. Jirak is visibly shaken. He does not like spiders. They are like spiders are meant to be like smaller than your hand at like most.
First
So
of all, I
he
need
doesn't like it.
I need Summer to make a deception check.
Who?
Whoever said not a risk.
Oh.
Technically, we all said it. So does that count as a help action?
Yes.
Go on.
Good.
And she kind of like waves a hand across the room to like halt her children that now come into view as there are 4 phase spiders surrounding them. And she also looks at Clarence and says, "If you wish, child, come forward. I would love to devour your heart. If that's what you desire, of course." And she kind of waves her hand across her, both her hands across her body outwardly, almost like a bow, but like a really regal bow, and bows her head for almost like an invitation, if you so wish to give yourself to her.
Oh, thank you so much for the offer, but I've been told I'm very stringy and not very appetizing.
You'll be surprised what a starving mother would eat.
There's loads of frogs outside.
If only I was able to leave. And you can, by this point, probably work out that her form is much larger than the doorway that you came through.
Should we just leave?
Yeah, you can take this stuff, and we're gonna.
So
We're
you're
gonna go find
giving
this
you're
one.
giving her items to look after.
Okay, but before we decide to just give her shit and run away, I would like to point out we're giving her very dangerous magical items we don't like, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
So
not.
it stands to reason that there are 6 treasure chests full
Going.
of magical items that are dangerous, i.e. powerful, i.e. I want a magic stick.
Who says they're evil or
Sorry,
dangerous?
Sorry, go for it, Clarence.
Who says they're evil? Who says these are dangerous magical items?
Durak will step forward as if emboldened by some kind of otherworldly voice and say, "Tell us, daughter of..." Wait, I wrote it down. Daughter of the Black Mother? Yeah, daughter of the Dark Mother.
Also,
What exactly is it that you carry? It has been eons since we were last given a record of the inventory of your domain. What is it you carry in your 6 treasure chests that we see before us?
we've not got a good track record with magical things, though, have we? Come on.
I'm going to be honest. I really want a magical spear. So and while he does this, Jirak is like very clearly like almost pointing out the spear that he has, which is kind of like it's like the one you buy from the general store kind of thing, that's on fire, and he's trying to like semi-intimidate the person.
Yeah, it is. Hold on. Give me a sec, because this was one thing that I forgot to add to my things, but I have got a few things up my sleeve. So she tells you the great sword known as Winter's Dark Bite.
The what known as Winter's Dark Bite?
The great sword known as Winter's Dark Bite.
Oh, Jirak gets shivers down his spine, as does Oliver.
Jesus Christ.
How bad can this stuff really be, guys? Really? How bad can it be?
Brain control.
Okay, right. I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny. We had a magical greatsword that was like the most evil thing in the entire world for like fucking 6 months out of game. We had it for like 6 months, and only 2 people got possessed. So I'm willing to run the risk.
You dick.
Okay, no, we'll take turns. We'll take turns. I'll get possessed this time.
Oh, and then you can go and have the spa treatment. We'll write up a list for you this time, yeah?
Oh my god.
There is a weapon, a mace known as the Lightbringer.
Lightbringer. Aha, that one sounds good. I turn to the group and give 2 thumbs up. We're on the right track.
For fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, I like pretend I pull out like a blank piece of parchment and put a tick on it and go, oh yes, no, we've got that on our list. Yep. Anything else that you might have in your stock? I've just got 2 ticks and nothing else next to it.
Give me a sec.
I'm drawing a picture of a cat. Yes. Tell me more.
Eyes
Yes.
of Charming.
Eyes of Charming. Interesting. If anyone wants to seduce anyone, I know that. Well, Jurek doesn't need them. Apparently, he's a magnet to every female within 100 miles, at least in Western.
Alchemy Jug.
Alchemy Jug.
A grey bag of tricks.
I like the sound of that. Because out of game, I know what the bag of tricks does, and there's like a 50% chance that it completely fucking backfires. But I don't know exactly if the grey is like the really, really bad luck or the really, really good luck one. I'm willing to take the risk. But I'm pretty sure there's one of them, like, it's like a bag of like random items. You throw one out and it does something, like you roll on dice to see what it does. And one of them just summons like a 70-foot tall pyramid. And it's full of monsters, and you have to go fight them. And if you get to the end of it, you get like loads of cool magical items.
There
so
is a weapon known as the Blood Spear.
Jurek begins crying.
The blood spatter.
Blood Spear. That is a okay. That's 6. Now, sorry, we just need to cross-reference with our database which exactly chest is each one kept in. Specifically, the Blood Spear. We've lost track of where exactly it is.
Oh, it's been so long. I don't catalogue where they go. I just make sure no one takes them.
I look at all the chests and see which one resembles something that contains a spear made of blood.
I mean, they are all identical chests.
Interesting. Do you remember which one was bequeathed to you most recently, or was that in chronological order? Again, our records are shot. No one's been here for like 300 years. It's crazy.
The most recent was the Greatsword.
Okay. Also, it's in reverse chronological order. Perfect. I look for the chest with the most dust on it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Come on, Jurek. You can do it, buddy. Go.
So
They are all
21.
caked in webbing.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We might be making a requisition order soon, but in the meantime, keep up the good work.
Lana here from personnel.
Oh my fucking! Hi, Lana from HR here.
I'm just doing a bit of a role summary for everyone in this wonderful place. So can I just get a general summary of your role? So you obviously you're looking after these items.
Not by choice.
Obviously not by choice. But so can we take them out? Because some need to get moved to different areas in Western. Some need to go to Iman. What
Hi,
would
sorry,
be-
Jirak from logistics.
There is
yeah,
a very strange reverb-like purring that kind of vibrates through this room as you ask this question.
a what like purring? Sorry.
Like almost like a purring vibration, like oh, hold on, my throat's dry. No, it didn't work either. Like through the room, it's almost like the floor is rumbling, but it's not. It's the room atmosphere. It seems to vibrate.
If Kegger was to make that noise, would that like indicate to me that it was a like, I am happy, things are good, or
Oh
bad,
no,
bad, stop doing this?
This is kind of more a
Okay.
frustration
This is the noise she
kind
makes.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the noise she makes when I've been scratching her behind the ears for just like a second too long, and she's like, "No, take a step back." Okay.
Yeah. She looks. Her eye raises after this vibration ends. She's like, "I'm sure the warden won't be too impressed with me if he was to find out that I allowed for unknown guards to remove items from the chest."
Hi, Clarence, PA to the warden. He's totally cool with it. In
Go
fact,
ahead
he
and roll
sent
me a
us down.
deception check, please.
I wave a piece of paper, say, "Yes, we have a permit right here," and I wave it so quickly that she can't
It's,
read it, and it's actually just me scribbling. Like,
It's requisition form 3B.5.
We had to update it. The last one was just, it was a mess. I mean, it didn't even conform to requisition form 7C.7.
As
So,
there
like,
are two of you
obviously we're
and
gonna
you're
go
going
there.
through this, I will allow advantage.
Oh, ridiculous.
Her eyes began to narrow, and she's like, "This doesn't bode well if I get found out. I don't believe you, but in case I am wrong, I will allow one item to be removed for replacement to another destination, if that is what has been asked. The others stay with me until I see evidence."
That's fine. The blood spear needs to go to Emon, so that's the main one that we need right now. We can give you something in return. That is fine.
Yes, the fable. I pull out that wooden mask that like is a permanent disguise self.
As you say this, you can literally, like a gust of like a breeze, like a sharp cut, like blows past you, and one of her legs is extended outwards, and you can see one of the chests, like the webbing, like begins to fall away from the chest.
I try my very best not to sprint. And you wouldn't even believe the amount of security we have for transporting this item is ridiculous, honestly. Whichever chest it's in, I walk over and retrieve the item in question.
This could go horribly wrong for you all.
It's a good thing we're such.
You're rolling
excellent
really well,
heroes.
actually.
Yeah. With a -2 deception to get a 15 is very impressive.
Whether or not that all is going to actually show you, I'll put it in the Discord chat as well. So it's more visible.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. It's honestly, it's.
Oh my god.
We're doing a lot of catch up. This was requisitioned. I don't want to put a number on it, but it's between 49 and 51 years ago. Okay, so we're gonna take this off your hands. Thank you so much. I pick up the spear and begin walking back.
Coughs, and she kind of then points as like a deposit is to be made.
Apologies.
Zombie
Apologies.
hand in there.
Do we still have that thing that eats all the gold coins?
I
Ooh,
think.
yeah, we do.
Oh yeah. I present to
As
you,
this
and I
chest
pull out the
opens-
single gold coin.
As you take this
Oh,
blood
no.
spear from the chest, there must be about 10,000 gold pieces in this chest.
We're not here for that. We're not here for that, guys. We don't push our luck. Don't push our luck. We're not here for
Kill everything.
that. Burn it to the ground.
That would get me everything that I need.
And as Jirak opens the chest, Goplana, you from your elevated point of view would be able to see the glow from the gold.
It's like the scene in Pulp Fiction where they open the briefcase and it's just like, oh.
That would get me everything I need and more. We
Sorry, no, not everything you need. You have everything you need right here. Friendship. And I put my hands on my chest.
Fuck friendship.
Everything you want. There's a difference.
no, that would get me.
I try and body block. I get in between the chest and Lana so she can't see the glow as much as possible. I have my torso sideways and go, thank you so much, daughter of the Black Mother.
I say we
we'll
go.
take it off
I
your
do so hate that name.
I'm going to produce the wooden mask with the permanent disguise self and say, I present to you the mask of and I put it in the chest and say, make sure it never falls into anyone's hands, even at the request of a requisition form. And I like gasp as if that was a ungodly statement and close the chest solemnly.
You can go ahead and make me another deception check, please.
Anyone want to assist?
No.
No.
I mean, you put it in there, and she didn't really get too long to see it. She kind of just does look at you and says,
To gaze upon it too long is to become beholden to its powers.
"And how dangerous could a wooden mask be?"
Looks can be deceiving, daughter.
It's very
You
splintery.
do not know the power that you protect. Your service is, though involuntary, greatly appreciated.
You should be fine as long as there's no gold in the chest. If there's gold in the chest, we should definitely take that with us. You don't want the mask and gold in the same chest.
I
Perhaps
gasp and say,
I will
how
place
foolish
it
of me!
into a different chest without the gold, little one.
How foolish of me! How could I forget the gold-consuming properties that merely amplify its powers? Tell me, our records do not record, are these chests lead-lined? For they need to be lead-lined, otherwise the gold consumption property of this mask will take effect and you will be succumb to its powers.
The chests are secure magically.
I look to Clarence and go, do you have anything else? And I don't have anything else. I've got the spear, I can just go.
No, take the gold. Take all the gold.
I need the gold. I need the gold.
We
To
need
be
the gold.
safe.
Yes, to be safe.
To
have
be
a place-
safe.
To be safe, we should definitely
As
take
you
the gold.
talk in, you hear an almighty, and right in front of you, Jirak, one of the legs of Kalia is on the chest top, and she leers so close you can feel the ice breath of her as she exhales and says, "You've taken all you can.
I've got
Now,
pockets.
perhaps you go before I change my mind and not put
Sorry.
myself at more risk of harm."
We forgot to fill out requisition form 4B. How foolish of it. I turn to the guys and just go, guys, we forgot to fill out requisition form
Oh, no.
4B.
Her nose
We'll-
is now
we'll be
on
right
your
back.
cheek. And she takes a big inhale. It's like, your flesh, it's moist. Are you
No.
sweating?
I have psoriasis. I have medically, my skin is stupidly dry. Like I can be sweating and I'm still like it's like a piece of paper. Rub your hands on it. Honestly, it's awful. It's awful. I like pull back my ear and you see like a little bit of like whitish, like flaky skin. And go, see that? See that? I put Dermalex on that 3 times a day. Still that bad. Still that bad. I'm
Go
very
ahead
dry.
and
I'm not
make me
moist.
another deception check, please.
As I do this, I'm like stepping away, going like feigning as if my very presence offends her. Fuck.
I'm up them stairs. I'm gone. Bye.
She makes another
Fight
wave
her on your
of
own.
her hand, and her children scurry and start beginning to shoot webbing around the chest that you've just opened. And they like look as if like you are now currently food.
So sorry, can I just get like not wingspan isn't the right word. Leg span of this giant spider woman. You said her leg slammed down on the chest.
Let me use one of these as a thing because I did have one, but for some reason it's been removed. So hold on.
Set dimensions: 75 units by 75 units.
Fuck off. No.
Yeah, just between
no.
the chest right sizes. She's huge.
So is she like
There you go.
have you played Dark Souls?
Yeah, but probably not that particular one. Played number 3, I think.
Okay, right. So do you know Quailag from the very first one? She's like a centaur, but instead of horse, she's spider.
No.
This is what I'm picturing when you say like a giant spider lady. I'll put a picture in the chat.
So think
does
of
she look
like a godlike Drader. Yeah, she's like that, but that kind of size. She's like to give you some outgame information. Like the daughter or the Dark Mother is also known as Lolith.
Fuck! She's not very nice.
No.
For reference, for those who are not aware, she is the goddess of the drow.
Yep.
As in the capital THE, the only goddess of the drow, because she's so dangerous that no one else dares ascend to godhood in her presence.
This is her daughter.
So great to speak to you. I begin like stepping backwards as not like massively unsubtly as possible and say, great to see you. Thank you so much for this. We'll make sure to return with requisition form 4B. That way we can take back some of the other items that may be in this chest. And I look at Lana and say,
as you begin to like walk away, and like the other phase spiders are webbing like the whole ground, and as you begin to ascend the stairs, they're literally webbing the lower quarter of the steps. Every step that you take, they're like webbing the step below it.
Thank you so much. Bye. And I just fucking dash action. I'm going to use my bonus action. If I was level 15, I would use my bonus action to dash as well. And I would just fucking bug it up the stairs as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah, and as you reach the door, the barrier doorway, as you each pass through, the webbing becomes so thick that it actually encloses the doorway.
Oh man.
Well,
and if she didn't know something was wrong, she does now.
Shit.
That could have gone 3 other ways. I planned out for that. You could have walked out with everything, or you could have like not walked out, or you could have killed her and walked out with everything. But not that one. So yeah, you walk out with a new spear, Jirak.
Fuck yes! Hell yeah!
And it's a good fucking spear.
Yeah, it's a good fucking spear.
Jesus Christ.
Man, oh. As the webbing closes up behind me, I turn back and go, thank you so much. We'll be back soon. Be sure to keep an eye on that the Mask of Alan for us. Bye, and make sure we're out of range.
Okay, so you're back in the living quarters now. Yeah, so it's up to you what you wish to do from here.
We need to go back for that gold.
Okay, give it time.
new point.
Okay, right. Let's look at it this way, right? We went into one doorway, and I found the greatest magical item I've ever known in my entire life. Statistically speaking, the more doors we go in, the more likely we are to kill that motherfucker. Oh, wait, every single door has a different bad guy in it.
Yeah,
I'm stupid as fuck.
well done.
Yeah,
Thank you.
only just realized that. Okay, so we want to avoid Aval and Solomon because they are high risk.
No, Val and Solomon are the guards that did the.
Are they?
Val and
Shit,
Solomon
never mind.
are the guards.
Never mind. So, daughter of the Dark Mother. So the next one is Zara, who is encased and secure in the way they said encased. Maybe think it was encased in ice, which makes me think that it was that ice lady we encountered in the mountains. Gygax the Hungry, which is very bad because Gygax is the guy who invented D&D and was famously a very evil person. Apparently he's perfectly fine. So he'll be in door 3, I'm guessing. Striga, secure and looking away. That's going to be like Weeping Angels or some shit. Arugathos, let's not even go there because Summer will get convinced to like kill all of us and, I don't know, make a pact with Satan. Mork, Lork and Dave,
Hey.
honestly, like if we want to chill out for a minute, let's go see Mork, Lork and Dave. The thing is, the description of the of Mork, Lork and Dave said that there were 5 liches and there's only 3 names, so there's
No,
got to
there are
be
3
some kind of like
liches.
wild shit. Okay, right, cool.
Hold on, let me make sure my notes say that because I'm pretty sure that's what I've said. Yeah, the Liches of Neverfields. The 3 Liches of Neverfields.
Yeah.
Mork,
Okay,
Lork,
right.
and Dave.
I must have misheard.
If I
then. It
said 5, then I was.
I
wrong,
thought you
but
said yeah.
it was,
The 5 liches, Mork, Lork, and Dave, liches of the Neverfield. It says leave them alone, but apparently they're harmless but really annoying. The max hold cell has been left empty. No idea where it's still in use. So useless books. AI is still working. AI. That makes me think that that's where the alarm's coming from. But counting 1 to 5 from left to right is pretty normal. And the light's coming from allegedly Zara's cell.
2.
Allegedly.
That's where you could hear the alert, the verbal alert, more clearer from that doorway, but you couldn't see anything other than bright light at the end of the hallway.
So, not to be selfish here, like I've not been for a while, but if we can't get gold, can we go and see what's in the contraband? Other than books.
They are contraband books, so that makes me think it's like books that if you read them will turn you insane.
Even better. Let's go and have
She's already insane. It doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, we're immune to insanity because we've already got no seemingly sense of self-preservation. Excellent.
Also, rude, Summer. Coming from you.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I got rid of words. Guards. Oh fuck. God. Sorry, ignore me. God.
So, guys, where are you heading?
What's behind door number 4?
Is that where you're heading?
Wait. Before you wait. Door number 4. Door number 4 is Arugathos, who is good for conversation. Apparently, I wrote good for conversation, nice for conversation. Fuck. He is.
I haven't clarified this, by the way, so this is just your speculation.
I'm guessing, right? The first one you described was the first door we went through. So I'm guessing that's the layout of it, right? So the closest we have to the best assumption we have is that that's Arugathos, who is apparently very persuasive and very deadly. Clarence, I turn to Clarence and say, how do you feel about joining a cult of the Devourer, who wants to consume the entire universe and everything within it?
I've done worse.
There you go. See? So okay, so I don't think we should go anywhere where there's someone persuasive, right? So door number 4, I'm gonna cross out until unless we encounter Arugathos, obviously, but unless they're randomized, in which case there's no point us putting any there's no point us trying to attribute anything to anything else. So
I think we should go through the glowing arch.
Yeah.
clearly the most shit's going on there, right? Like clearly the most shit is going on in that place. So
let's
after
go.
Go for it.
So what are you doing? What doorway?
Glowy motherfucker.
Yeah, we'll follow the left wall, like the
Okay.
best maze people that there are. Follow the left wall.
Okay, so let me first reveal the hallway because I don't want to show you too much.
That 5's got a little, got a fun little hat going on.
Okie dokie. So if you want to move tokens to here, those of you that are going through door,
Bloody
door
hell.
number 2.
Jesus Lord.
Where's my token?
Which
Where
side
have
is
I gone?
the entrance? Left or
Where
right?
have I gone?
Is that the entrance side?
Yeah. So where you're at
Oh,
now is
Jesus.
the entrance hallway.
Oh, there you go.
Jesus.
You rang?
Shut up, you fucking.
I mean, people just call me Nick, but you know, whatever.
Oh, you're all dickheads.
Yeah, I'll
During
take
this time of discussion, Jirak is swooning over his blood spear, giving it small kisses,
Fuck's sake.
whispering sweet nothings into its ear.
You do have to be attuned to it, just so you know.
That was my I was attuning to it. While doing so, that was me attuning to the weapon. As far as I'm aware, it's not sentient, so that's good.
Lana's being really, really bitter about that gold.
I mean, you can take it on your own if you fancy it.
We're a
Question:
team. Come and
Nick.
get that gold with
Hello.
me.
No.
Am I chosen by Kavan?
Refresh who Kavan is.
Well, it says in the item description only those chosen by Kavan can gain its benefits. Basically, Kavan was a ruthless chieftain.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was a half orc or something.
Currently, you will not be, because I would imagine Jirak himself would not know who that individual is.
No,
But
I
of course,
don't
when
drink blood.
Yep.
So,
there are
with the blood
ways.
spear, do I get like the +2 but not the temporary hit points, or is it like
I think it's the temporary hit points you don't gain because you're not you don't feed on blood.
Cool. I'm going to make a note of that on my sheet, and there we go.
I
Cool.
mean, you can always appease.
I assume I would have to drink something's blood, and I don't know if I'm up for that. This is my own blood, and then it's fair.
I'm really having map issues at the moment. Hold on. What's going
If I can drink my own blood and do it, I think I'm gonna like do that. But if I have to drink something else's blood, I need like someone to promise me that they're okay with me drinking their blood. Otherwise, I'd feel bad.
You can drink mine.
Thank you so much, Karen. You don't have enough blood, I feel. I think I'd have to drink like a solid 2 pints for him to feel appeased. And I'm just so small that I don't think you have 2 pints in you.
No, I live to give. Take it all, mate. Fill your boots.
I mean, summer would definitely be a good one for you.
Hello.
Okay, so who's leading the charge, so to speak, to this bright light
Summer.
through this hallway?
No. Jirak is definitely with his new magical spirit. Like, I can fucking kill God. I'm on this. I'm walking at the front like 10 feet beyond everyone else.
Okay.
Very cocky.
So you're just literally just walking down this aisle towards the bright white light in front.
I mean, I'm holding my spear out, shield out. You know, like I'm defensive in some respect, but
Okay.
I'm not. I'm not.
So you reach about halfway, and as you progress towards the white light, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Check. Bit of these. There we go.
You hear a click.
Haha!
Go ahead and
A
make
worthy
me a
foe.
dexterity saving throw.
Oh fuck. That's better.
As,
Nothing can harm me.
As the click falls into place under a pressure plate, you quickly jump back as similar blades shoot from the floor to what you witnessed Goplana almost being speared with. You should see them now. Oh, no, that didn't work at all. Let me do... There you go. So, just there. Okay. Nothing else seems to happen this stage. Do you proceed?
I'm going to turn back to everyone and say, spikes, point down to the floor. But otherwise, I will like sort of have the non-spiky end. I don't know what to call it. The blunt end of the spear, like trailing on the floor in front of me, probably like the space in front of me, essentially, just like walking as if like a kind of like a blind person with a stick, like moving it left and right, trying to
no worries. You
clear
get
the area.
Almost on top of where this white light is, and go ahead and roll me another perception with advantage. Another click happens just in front of you as a series of I'll just have to copy that one because the other one's on a different form. Is appear just under the ground right in front of you. However, you being as close as you are now, you do now see that the white light is now sort of more within range, that it's not so like it's not glaring from the dark. You're now on top of it, so you actually do see a series of 4 crystals. Hold on, God's sake, keep drawing rather than 4 glowing crystals like towers that seem to be emanating like this energy, and as you get closer, your necklace kind of shifts a little bit towards that direction still, and there's almost like a very subtle pulsating energy of this light. And at the end you can see that there is like a shelf, almost like the hallway ends, but there's more beyond it, So there's a space beyond that, but you can't quite see it at that sort of perceptional area.
If we want to spend the time, this is a question to the rest of the group. If we want to spend the time, I can cast detect magic and like kind of suss out what these crystals are about. If they just produce light, if they do anything else. But that's up to everyone else. If we want to just keep on going and like pretend we never saw them, then
I don't know. They might make more sense if we sort of fully enter the room.
good point. We'll see what the next room is and then make a decision. I'm gonna go around the or avoid the spikes as best I can.
Okay. Is everyone else following, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
So you proceed to the edge of this hallway. Jirak, I need you to roll another perception check for me, please.
I have a passive perception 19 in case that like
Cool.
you just want to use that in future
yeah,
instead of this
Oh.
or anything. Holy fuck.
So you see like a cavern hole in the ground at the end of this, and there are some very rigid, jagged like crystals that seem to be emanating the same like light and pulsating motion in this cavern. And there is a face, like a giant, that is peering up from the ground.
Someone say something, like shout at it, see if it answers.
I'm gonna turn to Lana and say, "This is Zaraz."
I'm going to scour the floor looking for pebbles, and I'm going to throw a pebble at his face.
Okay.
Yeah, piss it off. The first thing you do, piss it off. Yeah, that's a
So
great idea.
do me a dexterity check just to see if your aim is good.
Which one be that? Where be that? There we go.
Sure.
Ooh.
So you throw a pebble that you find, just a loose bit of stone, and you hear a oh.
Oh.
Who threw stone?
Point yourself in.
Torfin just sort of looks around and then points at Summer.
You can't.
Are you here to relieve lockdown?
Hmm?
Is the threat eliminated?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bad answer. Definitely not a good idea.
Identify yourselves.
The warden. This is Avil, and that's Solomon, and I'm the warden. Hi.
Hello.
There's a pause, and you hear again, identify yourselves.
I just bloody did. Shit.
I'm just gonna walk up near the face and show the necklace thing, pendant thing.
Okay.
Just like waving it around.
Guard recognition identified. Please state your name.
Oh, what was his name?
Solomon, Avil, one of them.
Yeah, Solomon. Hello.
Calculating. And you kind of see like this like gold gem in its forehead kind of glow. And he kind of pauses a minute and says, Solomon, Esquire, last known registration 826 years, 6 months, 4 days, 18 hours, 4 minutes, 12 seconds. Please state your business.
The
God.
God.
Shit. I don't know.
The risk has been eliminated. I don't know.
Risk. Last located. Max Holding. Past library. Please confirm. Elimination.
Yes.
Do you wish to remove security holding?
Yes.
Yes. No.
System override. All systems revert to normal operations.
I suppose you know the directions to past the library.
All guards have had training and solution identifying.
Yeah, it's been about 800 years, mate. I can't quite remember.
Oh,
There's just like a pause. And just silence.
Oh, okay, that's rude.
Okay, I can't tell if this is like who this is of the list of creatures that we have.
I don't think
Are
it's
you
any
saying
of
this
them.
out loud?
Wasn't one of them
No,
called
no,
AI?
this is out of character. I am describing. I can't. I couldn't call the character hungry, right? So
It looks like it's made out of stone, but it is a giant face in the ground.
I think this is just a security AI. I don't think security AI was in the Max holding cell.
Mm.
No, because the AI was used exclusively to control the max security cell, as far as I can tell. As far as the book described, anyway. Could it be the Zara thing? Like it's the because it says encased.
Holding cells now unlocked. Systems have resumed to normality.
Oh shit!
That's
Yeah, I'm just gonna leg it back down that hallway into the main
all
hall.
prisoners released. Please stay
I'm-
calm as everyone fucking dies.
Wait, is that what's happened? No. Oh no. Oh
Wait,
fuck.
are we playing Paranoia
You,
again?
you begin to hear like the rumbling that you heard previously, of like areas seem to be shifting or opening.
I think I'd done made bad.
AI, please burn all corridors.
Repeat command.
Friend computer.
I believe Jurek is a traitor.
Hi, Jurek.
This is nicht guten. Oh dear.
AI. Hello, Lana from personnel again. I'm quite new here.
One moment, please. And the glowing yellow stone begins to shift. It's like, name not registered. Identify yourself.
I'm new. Can I register, please? I need to register onto the system.
You will need authorization by the warden and the warden present.
And what's the name of the warden, please?
What about the PA to the warden? Can he be present?
The light glows again. Last known warden. Deceased.
Good.
Have you not been
300.
updated? I'm the new warden. Were you not updated?
Please provide identification.
Can I hold up my maul?
Can? Is
The
that all you
necklace,
hold
right?
up?
Yep. All I need is the power of God, and I can do anything.
Are you trying to channel that power?
Fuck it, yes.
Go ahead and do me a religion check.
Oh, great. Because if there's one thing I'm good at, it's religion. Is this a straight roll?
Yeah.
7.
You feel like an almost like what you would imagine, like you know when you.
Is it what I imagine the gnome mistress is to go? Nah, not today.
Pretty much. It's almost like have you ever sat on like a heated seat in a car, like before it's hot, and you can feel it getting warmer and warmer. It's like you peed your pants.
Yeah.
It's like that on your maul. You can feel your maul get warm, and then that's
Okay.
it.
And it's just like, no.
Yeah.
Lana's gonna hold up the necklace that she's wearing to see if they'll identify that.
Okay. Guardsman, please identify yourself.
Oh fuck again. Avel.
Evil.
Yes. I've been promoted to warden.
Last known record. None found. Avel. Avel.
It's pronounced Aval.
Aval.
Avel. And like at this point, it's just repeating your name.
Can I slap the face?
I mean, it's a long drop.
Just repeating the name.
At this stage, is just at the moment he's repeating the yellow glow of the stone is kind of like swirling. It's almost like it's trying to find information.
Good. I might not be on your systems yet. New warden. The old warden has died, so we need to just update the system.
Avel found.
Oh, thank fuck.
Avel Lockhart of Duran. Please confirm.
Confirmed.
Welcome, Warden Avel.
Yes. Right. Wonderful. I'm going to ask some questions. I'm quite new here. You've unlocked all the cells. Does that mean that the cells that are holding the prisoners are now unleashed?
Security measures in place. Cell access granted.
Okay.
Does the computer have? Does it have video surveillance of the cells?
Well, that's a good question. Have you got any surveillance that we can look at?
Please. The yellow stone turns again, like Surveillance in progress, and eyes like glow like a white light, and you can see it almost like scanning, like it's looking. His eyes are almost like darting left to right. He's like, all cells secure.
Okay. Ask him what's in Max.
So we're okay there.
What's in Max?
Can you give me a list of all the items that are in the Max holding cell, please?
1 item registered. Cerberus of Batar.
Okay.
Hey guys, I
Current.
figured out where it is.
Current is... One moment. Resident is currently sleeping.
Okay,
Time
good.
in rest. 328 years.
See if you can scan for Macalith.
There is another warden that's walking around, a red tiefling. Can you find him for me, please?
Additional guardsmen. 5, including warden. Animal familiar. 2. That is all.
There's no one else in here, so where's Mac?
Maybe he's not here yet. Ask him if there's a way that he can kill the daughter of the Dark Mother.
Oh!
Can he just burn the room or something and we can just walk in and take everything?
That is an option, isn't it?
That
Yeah.
seems somewhat immoral. Ask if there's like a particular form we have to fill out to just steal all
Oh,
of
no.
her shit.
Wait, she said they have to bring back the warden. I'm now the warden.
But does she... What? That? Oh God, yeah.
AI.
She's not the AI is the problem. She like knows the warden like from face to face contacts. I'm guessing because she seems to be like a person rather than a
Well,
computer.
ask the AI if there's a requisition form that can be printed out so we can present to the daughter of the Dark Mother as evidence that she's the new warden.
AI, is there any evidence that needs to be given for warden ascension from Gardness?
Only the warden is advised and allocated to remove items.
But how do we prove to someone that that this person is the warden?
Could we print off like a permit?
Yeah. Could you update the badge?
Can I update my necklace? CV. My pendant's a good word. My pendant to prove that I'm the warden.
Pendants only gain access to restricted and high-risk areas.
Okay.
Releasing or relocation.
We want to relocate the objects in the chest.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you want to?
Wait. Sorry.
Would you like to open cells 1 to 5?
No.
Very quickly, right?
No.
We've just encountered the monsters, right? According to her list of things that are contained, there are 6 magical items, one of which we have stolen. Replaced.
No, relocated.
Relocated. None of which she has described as a shitload of gold pieces.
It could be gold in each of them.
So technically, she is not looking after those gold pieces. She is just like, she happens to be in control of them. So there must be some kind of loophole we can work around. We're like, well, she's not technically in charge of them, so we'll take her off her hand. Take them off her hand.
Or maybe she's the treasurer. We need
Shit.
we need work orders to get money for more guards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Computer, can we print out work orders for a budget for more guards, please?
We need 17 payslips for
Yeah.
every single year that since the last time we
You're
printed
saying
out
this out
payslips.
loud, yeah? The gem begins to swirl a bit. It's like,
You just hear dial-up tones in the background.
yeah, pretty much. Opening process of cell A.
No, I said no. I said
No!
I said no.
Not the best idea.
Reverting.
Those the cells. Thank you. Fucking hell. Right. Okay.
Computer?
Right.
Wait. Computer? Is
Let's
there
not
an
piss about here.
It's not really
extermination
computer, so
program?
it wouldn't probably respond to computer. But
Hey, bud. Is there a program that you have installed that is what's the best way to describe this? An extermination program.
running extermination program.
No. I'm
No,
asking if there is one, how effective it is expected
Starting
to be.
in 4.
Stop.
Cancel.
Reverting.
Abort, eject.
Right.
Okay, I told the group, okay, guys, well, we know there is an extermination program somewhere, right? Oh, I appear to have 2 tokens. Let me get rid of that one.
Computer. Can I get a itemized list of what happens if the extermination program is run? That doesn't mean I want you to start it. Thank you very much.
Well, maybe we should ask for a command.
Any and all residents outside capsule cells will be eliminated, including
outside the cells.
guardsmen.
Outside of cells
What about
or inside
spiders?
cells?
Literally, what he's saying is anything that's not in a cell or a containment cell will be eliminated. Everything.
Is there a program in place to eliminate things that are within cells? Specifically with fire and specifically with cell 1.
Please confirm.
No.
Okay. Computer. Can I
I've just
get
realised
a
I've started sounding more and more like a computer the longer this is going on.
This is our work, man.
Is there can you give me an itemized list to see if I can is there a way to exterminate the people in the cells, not outside of them?
Elimination of residents inside cells is strictly forbidden.
Shit. Right.
Forbidden by
All
who?
residents are to pay due for their crimes.
Right.
Forbidden by who, and how long do they have to pay for? Presumably they have a number on their sentence. If it's been like 350 years, I'd assume that they would be paid off by now.
Calculating. All residents here classed and deemed as highly dangerous. Term forever, eternity, always.
Right. Thank you.
I'm gonna kill Smythe when I see her. Her family's
Celebrating.
Huddle real quick.
Smythe.
No!
No, I quite like her. Don't do that. She's helpful.
Apparently she's got a cool shield with a face on it. Apparently.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Right.
So how do we get to max holding?
Computer, can I have directions? Again, I'm quite new. Can I get directions to max holding, please?
Calibrating. Success. Pendant will direct. And your pendant kind of starts to pull outside the room.
Okay.
Let's go.
Hang on. Computer, can I have an itemized list of all the traps that I might encounter on the way?
Calibrating.
And how to counter them.
Yes, and how to counter them as well, please.
Warden,
Is there a way of
access.
deactivating the trap?
Traps deactivated.
Yes.
Get in.
Just
Right,
remember
let's go.
what was said.
Oh, hang on. Warden, can you repeat what was said? Warden.
Warden access. Traps disabled.
Okay, so the traps won't work on Lana, but they will work on everyone else. So if we just like huddle in a very small circle.
Computer, can I disable the traps for all guards, please? And familiars.
Conducting full cell unlock.
No! Stop,
Cancelling.
please.
Reverting.
Computer, please check for iOS update number 11.3.4.
Would you like to
Computer?
add this to your favorites? Searching for recipes for mince pies.
Can I have guard access traps disabled, please?
Calibrating. Confirmed.
Thank you.
I advised a long route to max holding. Please ensure to report.
I will. And as my old job as personnel, is there anything that I can get you? Anything that you feel you need in this circumstance? Anything that would make your life better in these cells?
I would like the one who threw stone.
I'll see what I can do for you. Thank you very much.
What requisition form is it that you need to gain the dominion of another sentient being?
Is that a question for the AI?
That's a question for the computer, because if we need to fill it out so Clarence can become subservient to the computer, I'm sure he'll be up for it.
Confused by command.
Okay.
Warden has full use.
Right. Let's shuffle. Should we go?
Yes.
Right. So the traps.
Yeah,
should
they
be
literally, as you
disabled for all of
approach,
us.
they deactivate. They disappear back into the ground.
Yes. Right.
So yeah, your pendant kind of tugs back into the main room, and it kind of tugs both at door 5, door 3, and a little bit harder at door 3. But it's almost like it wants you to go either 4 or 5, like it's advised to do a full inventory, or direct route, which seems to be door number 3.
So it wants us to go the long route, which will either be 4 or 5.
Yeah, I mean the AI's requested for a full inventory.
So I don't particularly want to piss off the AI. What do you guys want to do?
run and hide from the AI before he tries to capture me?
Yeah, let's go for a long route.
Long route?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Let's should we
Which
start
door?
at 5 and work our way down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god.
So as you approach, and literally as you approach certain steps through this place, into the door, it takes you a little while as you approach door 5, and you can hear like clicking, almost like things are being deactivated as you pass.
Oh, this was a good idea.
And eventually you come to a point in a room, which is this one, just here. Oh, hold on. Has that shifted everything? Please say that.
Is it me or are those chains?
Always a good sign.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so if you wish to place your tokens there on 5, and I will reveal if you can all, as you enter this area, the dull lighting that there was begins to illuminate a bit more, so you can actually see a little bit better in this room. But you do see the chains seem to be hanging from a wall, ceiling to floor, large, thick, easily double your size each link. But you do see a descend down a series of stairs with a large yellow glowing crystal that seems to be just sort of in this area, and there seems to be these much smaller white glowing crystals that were there previously. Seems to be some sort of holding sort of force. But as you enter this room, guys, I think it is fair to say that that's a good place to end.
Okay.
Jesus.
Fucking hell.